Michael Cohen slapped with a subpoena by the Senate Intelligence Committee today, demanding he testify in February before reporting to prison. This comes as Cohen's legal advisor, Lanny Davis, is calling on Congress to act after what he claims are clear, intimidating threats from President Trump and Rudy Giuliani towards his client.
The House of Representatives now has an obligation. A resolution of censure when the President of the United States indisputably intimidates and obstructs justice to prevent a witness from testifying is in order. So is a federal criminal investigation of Rudy Giuliani for witness tampering.
Witness tampering, of course, is a very strong charge. Lanny Davis, Simone, today said that Cohen would honor the subpoena from Congress. The question is whether or not it's going to be public or private. Do you think that the comments the president has made about looking to Michael Cohen's father-in-law, do you think that amounts to witness tampering?
I think it's intimidation. I think it's the House of Representatives that should do an investigation, and I think this is just more fodder for Robert Mueller, just adding to the pile of things he might need to look into. But I do think it amounts to intimidation. This is the President of the United States actively speaking out forcefully against and throwing out salacious rumors about what someone who is clearly come out to testify against him about something that his family member is doing. So I think it is absolutely an attempt to intimidate Michael Cohen and have him not to testify. But I don't know if the House of Representatives is going to take their cues from Lanny Davis on what they should be doing to the president.
So, David, take a listen to, I'm sure that you would advise the president not to tweet things like that because you've been saying things like that for 2 years. But I want you to listen to what he said on Fox News last month and get your take on it.
Did he make a deal to keep his father-in-law out? Did he make a deal to keep his wife, who supposedly, maybe I'm wrong, but you can check it. Did he make a deal to keep his wife out of trouble? Now, how many people, when they say, listen, if you embarrass the President of the United States, we'll give you a deal. Your father-in-law, your wife, we'll cut you jail. That's all it is. It's a terrible system we have.
I think we can all probably agree that's inappropriate for him to say. Does that count as intimidation?
Look, I mean, the president, law enforcement knows what law enforcement knows already about Michael Cohen's father, brother, sister, mother. This SDNY has been, if you look at the search warrants that were executed, they're looking specifically for those types of items, dealing with taxi cab medallions that he entered into with his father-in-law and his wife. So that they are well aware, SDNY and the prosecutors and investigators know all this stuff already. This is throwing a little dirt in the air to look over here, look at these things, right? Changing the media narrative. That's what the president's doing here. I don't think it's intimidation.
Do you take a listen to Senator Richard Blumenthal, who's a former federal prosecutor and Connecticut Attorney General. He's on the Judiciary Committee, commenting on this.
Clearly, there's a violation here of 18 United States Code 1512, which stops and protects against intimidation of witnesses. He would be prosecutable, but for his being president. And I believe that a sitting president can be indicted.
David's the only attorney at the table, but
as a bond lawyer, always caveat.
A bond lawyer, and still it's the only one with a JD. But what is your impression? What do you does it seem to you as a civilian that like intimidation?
Well, it seems like he's trying to bring down the guy who's trying to bring him down. That he's trying to sort of muddy the waters and make it seem like, all of these people coming after me are dirty, that you can't trust any of them. And that's been a sort of consistent message coming from the president. And he's trying to fight that battle because I believe he thinks that legally he's not going to, Mueller's not going to come for him personally. And so most of what he needs to do is win the political battle. You win that by trying to tear down the people who are on the other side from you.
I've heard a lot of people and a few Democrats speculating that Democrats have too much invested in this, that whatever Mueller comes forward with, it's going to stink, but it probably won't bring down President Trump, and it probably might not even touch President Trump. Do you think that and of course, caveat, we have no idea, but do you think that Democrats are too invested in this investigation, too invested in what Robert Mueller ultimately produces?
Well, I think we have all Democrats, and many others have put kind of this bullseye on when the Mueller investigation is concluded, when the report comes out. And sure, there is a risk. If there is nothing in that report, which every day that passes seems less and less likely, but we don't know, only Robert Mueller knows, then it's going to be tough after that, because Democrats are going to have to kind of rejigger their strategy. Now, I will say that 2 years ago, after the 2016 election, there was a fear within the party that we had no future, that there was kind of nobody who could lead and no leadership. And now that we have all these candidates coming out, we could legitimately run and defeat Donald Trump. I'm confident with all of the people who are out there. It's just a different strategy than running against a president who has a very problematic.
Look, I think Democrats should just wait to see what the report says before jiggering any strategy.